this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts. Today with a fairly simple card, but I hope it'll be effective. As you can see, I've got my stamping platform here, and I've just off camera played around with some of my visible image stamps, and I've got some from the gin set. I've got the wine set here. This cheers is from the beer set, and I've got the whiskey set as well. The ice cubes are from the gin set and the whiskey set. So I've laid them out on this piece of cardstock. This is slightly smaller than 5 by 7 inches because I want to put this on a 5 by 7 card. And I have decided to heat emboss this, so I've got my Versamark here on the side and my new black embossing powder. My older one was getting a bit, well, it looked like it was getting old because it wasn't as shiny when I heat set it. It was partially, what's the word I'm looking for, a bit dull. So that's why I treated myself to a new powder. So I just wanted to show you this now. I'm going to pick this up. Oops, that's my cable from the camera getting caught. Let me just get this out of the way. I will actually lift my camera just a little bit here. So the reason why I can put these all on the same time is because these are all visible image stamps, so they should have the same thickness, and it should be okay to stamp them all at the same time. If this one doesn't want to be picked up, if you should ever have issues with stamps, it might be because they're not from the same maker and they've got different heights and thicknesses, and then you'll be struggling to get them all sorted, so get them all stamped properly. So I'm just using my anti-static powder tool here. I will actually move this over now. I want this as a landscape card, and this is why I lay this out like this. But I can now move the stamp platform over like this so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just inking all the stamps up, and because there's so many of them, I have to make sure I'm doing it thoroughly. Don't want to miss out any details. So I think that's enough. So I'm also getting my pressure tool out. No, it's not. Oh, it's on the desk here. I've got a bit of a mess here on the desk, so I should actually be tidying rather than crafting. I think I've been saying that for a few videos, but the more I craft, the more mess I make, obviously. So against the light I can check this. Some of them have left a black residue because I've used them before, but it looks okay to me. So I'm not taking this out. And I'm going to cover this with my black embossing powder. See if I can keep it all within the box or whether I have to. No, I think because it's such a big card, I'll have to do it on a piece of paper. So that's actually the whole contents. So I'm hoping I can get most of it back into my box without it all ending up on the table. Giving that a bit of a flick. I can already see that some areas that I need to go in with a brush again. Yeah, this one, the ice cube, I don't know why it didn't want to stamp properly. I wonder whether it had some residue on that, but I'm not too bothered about that at the moment. I can always go in with that again. The rest is fine. So I'm just moving this in here, but this is not paper. Actually, I shouldn't have used this. This is actually a laminated sheet, so I'll have to do that off camera. Quickly brush that into my box again, and then I will just use my a dry brush and just get rid of any of the excess, and then I will try to heat set this from the back. Normally I get better results because it won't blow the powder away, so I'll try to do that. If I'm not successful, I will do it on the front, and then I come back and show you what it looks like. Make sure all your embossing powder is glossy, and then you know you have heat set this properly. So as I said, I tried it from the back, but I was getting a bit impatient, so I went in from the front, and this is exactly what happens. The powder got blown away to the side here, so I've got a bit of a blotch there. But with the visible image stamps, I don't mind too much because it's always a bit of a grungy look anyway. And this one here, I think I will stamp over that again if I can get it in place. Will I? No, I think I just leave it as it is. It's not the best finish, but I think by the time I put some colour over this, I might not notice this. So this is going to be an 80s birthday card. And at first I thought about die cutting from this. If you've got any number dies, you could do some what's it called, like a shadow card, so die cut from this and put the numbers on foam pads. But I thought I will just create a mask and make my own numbers. So the 0 obviously is very easy. I'm just using 2 oval dies, and I will just cut the 0 like this. And for the 8, I will just cut 2 circles that I will overlap, and I will make sure that they will sit at the same height, and I think this will just work quite nicely. I will use my Gina K masking magic for that because I know that will stick down nicely. You don't have to, you could just use some paper for that, some copy paper, that would just work as well, but I want to make sure I don't have any ink seeping underneath. This is the Gina K masking magic. There are other brands that do this kind of masking paper as well. So I'm just aligning my 2 oval dies, make sure I've got sort of even edges mostly, and then I think I've got it. I'm just using some tape here just to tape this down and keep it in place. I'm doing the same with the circles. And once I've cut this circle, I will peel it off and cut another circle from here without taking these 2 apart, because I want them to be at the same width. Obviously I don't want to change that. So I'll quickly do this off camera, and then I'll show you how to assemble it on the card. My leftovers are going in the packaging because I can use these for other projects. I might even need a circle that size, and I can also reuse these afterwards if I ever needed them again. So I'm aligning this here on the grid, so I've got a vague idea where the middle is, and then I'm just peeling this off. Goes off at the back, and I'm setting this just roughly here. With it being such a big piece, it's easy to distort it, so I'm just doing it slowly. But because it's this masking magic, I could easily pick that up again if I needed to. It's actually a bit sticky here, I'm not quite sure why. So with this one, just having a little trial run quickly. So as I said, I want these to overlap a little bit. I might have to cut one of them down because I don't want this to go into the inner circle, and I want these to sit on this at the same height. So we'll definitely chop one off. So I'm starting with this one. They normally have, I think the way I've die cut this, normally they've got a bit in the middle where you can peel them off, but because I have die cut them, this piece doesn't have that. Always looks easier when Jennifer Maguire does that. There we go. So I want to set this at the same height, roughly. I don't want this to look awkward, I want this to look natural. And then this one, I might have to cut this one off as well, just to get the middle bit right there. So just chopping it off there. Oh, there's the bit that comes apart. So, and then I'm watching the top half now, making sure that is sort of even. That looks a bit wonky now. I think it'll be easy if I turn this around. It's a bit higher than the 0. I'm just checking whether that is okay. Yeah, I think it's okay. I've got, this is a bit thinner now in the middle. But yeah, I think that's right, fine. So the important thing is that I press it all down so that I most certainly don't get underneath here when I'm coming in now with my ink. So I want to ink blend over this and possibly stencil. I'll just have a quick look through my stencils. And the other thing I've just noticed, I haven't heat set this properly. And this is a bit annoying. So I think I need to clean this up a little bit and then just heat set this. Don't know, it's just that edge there. So if I just go in there, at least I need to tidy this up. Can you see? All coming off. So I think what I do is I'm coming in with my Wow embossing pen. It's this one here. And I think I just draw over that and quickly heat emboss that. Just even wonder how much I have missed out underneath. So this is why it's so important for you to heat set everything. So I'll just quickly go over this and just draw a thin line, and hopefully that can disguise the fact. So make sure you have heat set everything. So I quickly do this off camera. I try to stay away from this because this will peel off, the heat will peel off the masking magic, and then I will pick some colours to ink over this. I have embossed this now, so fingers crossed underneath that is okay. So I'm going to ink blend over this now. I've chosen 2 colours. The first one is the Elements Blue Lagoon and the second one is a Della Blue. So we've got the lighter colour which will go all over, and then I've got a stencil here. I just picked this one, it just fell into my hands, and I've always found a geometric pattern works nicely for mail cards. So I'm using the Della Blue for the stencil. So just picking up the ink. I'm coming in from the side because I want to give this a bit of a darker frame anyway, but this is quite a good ink pad, so that should be okay. So I like to go a bit darker in the corners, although with a stencil it doesn't matter too much. And you can see the advantage of the masking magic. The mask stays down really, really nicely. So that's applied really, really quickly. And my cat is scratching on my craft room door, so I'll feed him quickly and then I'll show you how to stencil over this. Now I'm applying my stencil over the top, and I think I will tape it down. Sometimes I just hold stencils in place, but I've got the feeling at the moment it could do with taping down. I'll just need to find my tape. I like to use this removable Scotch tape. I find it's the best one. Also use that for die cutting. So that's what you saw earlier for the dies. So just stick it down on the back so it doesn't interfere with the pattern on the front. And as I said, I'm just using the Della blue, slightly darker blue. And I'm just applying this all over. So just to test this, I'm holding my finger here in the middle, and I just want to lift it up on either side and make sure it's caught everywhere, but it looks okay. Yeah, I think it needs just a spot more here. So, can take the stencil off then. And I'm just leaving this just to dry for a moment so that it can dry over there. And I can see this now, also missed a bit of the stamp there. It's not too bad. I can remedy that a bit with a black gel pen, but it does annoy me a little bit that I missed these bits. So I come back in about 2 minutes. I can now peel the numbers off. So, and hopefully, as I said, hopefully everything underneath was nicely heat set. It looks okay there. See how the 80 turned out. Yep, I like it. It's very simple. I was considering whether I should have peeled it up first and then used the stencil on the white, but I think it pops nicely, and I think it's just nice as it is. Very plain in a bit, in a certain way, but still enough interest. I just want to show you now how you can remedy that where you have, if you have missed any embossing powder. This, by the way, still looks like, because it's very dull, whether I can still heat set this. So I quickly go over this with my heat tool first, and then I'll show you how you can add details with your heat gun. Same down there with the glass. I think I seem to have missed bits on the edges, so I quickly do that first. Yes, I definitely had missed a few bits, so there was a bit there and definitely a bit there. But let me just show you this now so you can see there is a bit missing. I'm just using a black gel pen. Make sure it's flowing smoothly, and I'm just filling this in. And if you look at this now, you can't even tell that I haven't heat embossed it properly. And that's really, really useful. There was also a bit down here on the whiskey glass. So again, I'm just following the line there. And you can hardly tell. So I could have done that there as well, but that I went over this. So if I feel like I need a thicker line, I can do that. It's really useful, this pen, and the recipient won't even know. Yeah, I think I will just pop this now onto a card base. I don't think I want to do anything else to that. As I said, originally I thought maybe doing another pattern here, but I think this is just fine as it is. I know Visible Image supply loads of stamps, so you can put some wine in here, but I didn't want this. I wanted to keep it simple. I thought about maybe adding a happy birthday strip, because obviously I've only got the cheers here so far, but I might just put the happy birthday on the inside, unless I put it across here. No, I think I'll just leave it like this. Yeah, I think I'm quite pleased with this. If you like this card too, you might want to give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of what I'm creating, I post videos twice a week. You might want to subscribe to my channel. I'd be very happy about that. And I'll see you soon with another video.